What would you do if you earned 1 million Kenya shillings per month?
I would change where I stay. I would go at least to some not very high end, somewhere I can manage. I'm a lover of cars, the best cars. I wouldn't mind having a Porsche for myself. Invest somewhere such that in case of anything, I have somewhere to lean on where I'm not left hanging.
Unlike Angela, who talks of savings, there is a new category of people who earn a lot but save very little. They are categorized as a Henry, which is an acronym for high earner, not rich yet.
The whole acronym was coined in 2003 on the Fortune's magazine, I suppose, just trying to define who these people are. And that magazine particularly defined people who earn $250,000 to $500,000. So in the context of Kenya, I suppose it would be anybody who earns, I think, over 800,000 shillings a month.
Financial experts have dubbed Henrys as the working rich, because they are only rich as long as they are working.
The typical characteristic of these guys are people who look very posh. They drive the best cars. They live in the hottest neighborhoods. Their kids attend the most, sought after international schools. They have very, very high expenses. And so what tends to happen is after they pay their taxes, they've paid for schooling, they've paid for housing, they've paid for family costs. They really don't have much in terms of savings.
The Henrys have become the prime target for mass market brands. They are targeted by markets of luxury products because of their greater spending power and a higher than average income.
Pop culture and high luxury items target Henrys a lot. And so when something is in your face, it becomes pop culture. Everyone is breathing and showing you that if you want to be successful, this is what success looks like. Then you can base success on not on your values, on what you consider to be important, but rather what pop culture considers to be important. And that's where the danger is.
If you look around, the millennials, we get carried away so easily.
But apart from pop culture, typical high earners would be lawyers, bankers, doctors, and pilots. Such lofty titles come with expectations.
I remember talking to some bankers and I said, if you're in a situation, you can move out, you could be a manager, perhaps even a director, and you've made bad decisions. You can move to Zimmerman. And they looked at me and said, it's not allowed. I'm sorry, but if you work for the bank, you have to drive a certain car and you have to live in a certain neighborhood. Otherwise, you are destroying the brand.
With these kind of expectations, Henrys continue to work longer hours and earn excellent salaries. But most often than not, when they net off liabilities from their assets, they find themselves insolvent.
I read an article in the paper a couple of years back, I think it was 2017, of a guy called Bob. Bob lives in Kileleshwa. And he drives a BMW X6, and he is a thriving, in the eyes of his friends, a thriving accountant in a local bank. But the truth is that Bob confesses he can't afford the rent he's paying. His car is on loan and he's in a lot of debt.
For someone like Bob, he needs to make drastic lifestyle changes to save for his future. How can Henrys get out of this rut and start their journey to affluence?
You need to save at least 20% of your income. As a high earner, minimum 20% of your income needs to go towards saving and investing. If you have pension, I know, like for example, KCB staff, you get pension of 1.5 times your salary if you're over 35. And if you're over 45, you get 2 times your salary. You must max it out and contribute as much as possible. And then thirdly, you have to find an alternative income stream. Because you can't just rely on your salary. Something could happen and tomorrow you're unable to function. The other thing we must do is invest wisely. You have to think through, okay, I need to invest for security. I need to invest so that I have an income coming through every so often, especially when I retire. I also need to invest to ensure that my money grows alongside me.
I would say I save like 15% of my salary, not 20. But I believe I'm not badly, or at least I'm able to save what I get on a monthly basis.